Today, folks, we're going to look at Rabbi Nachman's conversation, Shicha number 98. Bitachon, the Mishenes. Tehillim was composed through Ruach HaKodesh. It was David HaMelech's calling to Hashem for help, for guidance, for salvation through highs and lows in his personal life and in his monarchy. It's David HaMelech's own hisbodedus, his one-on-one conversations with Hashem, intimate conversations with Hashem. The Rebbe here teaches that right now, in the year 2022, if you recite Tehillim, it's as if David HaMelech is alive and speaking to Hashem those very words right now, the same way as he did 2,500 years ago. He's speaking through you. That's the Ruach HaKodesh that David HaMelech embedded in the words of Tehillim and the power of Tehillim that there is today to whoever recites them. The second point about saying Tehillim, says Rabbi Nachman, is that it arouses a strong, rock-solid Bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Listen to this definition of what Bitachon is in the school of Rabbi Nachman. V'hu mesugel ma'oi, the Tehillim is mesugel. L'rapus achoyle liyos lo Bitachon rak al Hashem yisbarach, shal yedei amir as Tehillim yoshiyoi Hashem. V'abitachon hu bechinas mishenes, כמו שאדם נשען על המטה, כן הוא נשען על הביטחון שבטח שיושיע השם, כמו שאומר דוד, ויהי השם למשען לי. Bitachon is like a staff, like a cane to the man who cannot walk without it. Everywhere he goes, he takes his cane with him. Everywhere he goes, he takes his cane with him. The Baal Bitachon doesn't go anywhere without his Bitachon, because he can't walk without it. He calls on his Bitachon in every situation. He leans on it, using Newton's law of equal and opposing forces, to the extent that he relies and leans on the stick, on the staff. That staff, that stick, that mishenes, that support, gives him that contra force, that supporting force back to him. And the Baal Bitachon knows that without that, without his Bitachon, he falls on the floor. But he has a super advantage over others. Because when it's slippery, nobody else has a staff. Only he has the staff, only he has the cane, only he has the Bitachon. And he can call on it and he can pick it up whenever he wants. And now he's living a worry-free paradise. Now, Rabbi Yisrael, let's compare this with the other side. The rationalist, the scientist, the one who relies only on doctors, the one who looks for cause and effect in everything. Look how classically Hashem has demonstrated how nobody really knows anything. No scientist understands anything, or the little that he understands, he realizes that the next day he doesn't really understand. Every day a new study comes out showing something else. No set of data correlates to the next set of data. This virus that's brought the whole world to its knees, if you were to collect all the viruses in the whole world that are spread now around the world, you could fit them into a ping pong ball. Yet the damage and devastation that's been caused to world order, to governments, to predictability, to stability has been devastating. Somebody told me recently, Rabbi David Abu Khatzer was asked about this latest wave, the Omicron. What's going to be? How many more variants are we going to have? How many more jabs are we going to have to take? And Rabbi David said, there's going to be no end to this until the whole world says, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And I said like this, instead of Omicron, it's going to be Oh my gosh, oh my God, he's the one in charge. Now let's finish up with a wonderful case study. Reb Nosson, who was Reb Nachman's principal Talmud, lived in Breslov. After Reb Nachman's passing, it was one Erev Pesach. His wife complained, Nosson, we have no wine, we have no meat, we have no matzahs for Pesach. What are you going to do about it? Reb Nosson leant against the mezuzah of his house. Several moments later, a wagon turns up with his Talmidim from the town of Tolchin. some Breslov Hasidim in Cholchin arrived on Erev Pesach and decided that it could be that Rav Nosson doesn't have anything for Yom Tov. Meat and wine and goods, matzah and everything else that was needed for Yom Tov arrived at that point, several moments or maybe an hour or so after Rav Nosson had done his Esbodedus. Somebody commented that the difference in Rav Nosson's state before the Esbodedus and after the Esbodedus was unbelievable. It was like Shamayim va'aretz. After he did his Esbodedus, he was so ragua, he was tranquil, he was relaxed. He knew that there was no problem. Hashem was going to sort it all out for him. The difference between how he was before the wagon arrived and after the wagon arrived was slight. Almost no difference. There was almost nothing. You couldn't read anything on his face, any elation, any difference in mood. The difference was between before the Esbodedus and after the Esbodedus. That's what the Mishenes, that's what the Bitachon, that's the Baal Bitachon. Kadosh Baruch Hu should help us to take this on, to be real Baalei Bitachon. Shem Zakenu. Good Shabbos.